This is Jill Pack with the Seasons of Joy podcast. This is episode number 86, entitled The Power of Gratitude. Are you a woman of faith who is struggling to navigate your current season of life? Do you feel like life is just happening to you instead of for you? My name is Jill Pack. I'm a certified life coach and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I want you to know that no matter your season or circumstance, it is possible to create a more joyful life. And I would love to show you how. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, friends. Welcome to the podcast. Before I get started today, I wanted to remind you about the 5-day relationship reboot challenge that I released last week on the podcast. And my purpose for this challenge was to give you some tools that you can use as we move into the holiday season. And I wanted to give you a little glimpse of some feedback that I got from someone that has been doing this challenge. This person was surprised how little time it took to do the daily challenges. And she was surprised at what she learned about herself as she worked through the exercises that I gave. She was able to see the power in journaling and thought downloads. And she said that her heart is full of hope and love as she considers the possibilities around her relationship of focus. I love this so much. It really isn't about perfection. It's about just taking action. How do we want to show up in the relationships in our lives? If you haven't taken the challenge, no worries. The cool thing is you can do this challenge at any time. You can even repeat the challenge with a different relationship when you're ready. You can find the link to the workbook that I created for this challenge in the show notes, and I would love to hear about your experiences too. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram or an email. I would love to hear about your experience. One other thing that I would like to talk about is my upcoming group coaching program called Seasons of Connection. It's going to begin in January and run for 6 weeks. And this is an exciting opportunity to gather with other women to learn how to strengthen the relationships in your life, whether it's with yourself, others, or God. As midlife women, it can be challenging to navigate the changes that occur in this season of life. We can begin to feel disconnected in our relationships with ourselves, others, or God. And this group setting will provide a beautiful space of learning and support. Group coaching can be so powerful. As you hear other people's stories and you see other people get coached, it can help you gain greater awareness around your stories. And you can apply the principles that you learn by watching someone else, and you can start applying them to yourself. If you'd like to get on the waiting list, just click the link in the show notes and I will send you more information as it becomes available. Now on to today's episode. Last week I had the opportunity to do a guest presentation on gratitude, and I've been thinking about it ever since, and I thought it would be a good topic for the podcast this week since Thanksgiving is in just a couple of days. Gratitude is a powerful force that has the ability to transform our lives for the better. It is the act of acknowledging and appreciating the good things in our lives, whether they are big or small, and recognizing the positive impact that they have on us and our lives. It's a powerful emotion that has been proven to bring numerous benefits to our physical and mental health. One of those benefits is that it increases relationship opportunities. When we express gratitude towards others, we create a positive environment that encourages people to be around us. And it helps us to build trust and strengthen our existing relationships. Gratitude also has a direct impact on our physical health. There are studies that have shown that people who practice gratitude have lower blood pressure and are less likely to suffer from heart disease, and they have a stronger immune system. Gratitude has also been linked to better sleep quality. When we can focus on the positive aspects of our lives before going to bed, our minds are more relaxed and we are better able to fall asleep and stay asleep. I can totally testify that this is true. I know when my brain doesn't turn off and I'm focused on the things that are going wrong or the things that I feel like I need to solve, it totally affects my quality of sleep. Gratitude may also reduce inflammation. It really can improve our overall well-being. Mentally, gratitude can improve our psychological health. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude on a regular basis experience less stress, anxiety, and depression. And they also report feeling more optimistic, satisfied with life, and connected to others. When we focus on the good things in life, we become more resilient and better equipped to deal with life's challenges. Can you see this in your life? I can. Grateful people tend to be more compassionate and understanding towards other people, which helps to reduce conflicts and creates more harmonious relationships. Our empathy for others increases while reducing our desire or need to retaliate or to be aggressive towards other people. Gratitude is an excellent way to improve our self-esteem and improve our mental strength. When we are grateful for what we have, we feel more confident and capable of achieving our goals. Now, if you've listened to me for very long, you know that I teach that what we think creates how we feel, which fuels how we show up in the world, which creates our overall experience. So what is gratitude then? Is it a thought? Is it a feeling? Is it an action? Or is it an experience or a result that we create for ourselves? I personally believe that it's all of that. When we practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what we don't have to what we do have. We become more aware of the blessings in our lives, and we begin to see the world in a more positive light. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our emotional and mental well-being, like I just mentioned in the beginning. Now, one of the reasons why gratitude is so powerful is that it helps us cultivate a sense of abundance. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we begin to see that we have more than enough in our lives. And this abundance mindset can help us attract even more positive experiences into our lives. For example, if we're grateful for our health, we're more likely to take care of our bodies and make choices that benefit our health. If we are grateful for our relationships, we are more likely to nurture them and attract more positive connections in our lives. Gratitude becomes a way of life that can bring us more joy, happiness, and fulfillment. I love a talk that was given by Elder Dieter F. Uchtdorf of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He builds on the idea that I've shared that gratitude is a way of life. He teaches a powerful lesson in this talk because he adds that gratitude can actually be independent of our current situation. He invites us to consider, instead of being thankful for things, we focus on being thankful in our circumstances, whatever they may be. He shares a story in this talk about a waiter who asked a customer whether he had enjoyed the meal. And the guest replied that everything was fine, but it would have been better if they'd served more bread. So the next day, when the man returned, the waiter doubled the amount of bread, giving him 4 slices instead of 2. But still, the man was not happy. The next day, the waiter doubled the bread again, without success. On the 4th day, The waiter was really determined to make the man happy. So he took a 9-foot-long loaf of bread and cut it in half, and with a smile, he served that to the customer. Well, the waiter could scarcely wait for the man's reaction. And after the meal, the man looked up and he said, "Good as always, but I see you're back to giving only 2 slices of bread." Gratitude truly is a choice. We can choose to be grateful, to have an attitude of great gratitude, no matter our circumstance. Elder Uchtdorf goes on to explain what type of gratitude that he's trying to teach us about. And he goes on and he says this: "This type of gratitude transcends whatever is happening around us. It surpasses disappointment, discouragement, and despair. It blooms just as beautifully in the icy landscape of winter as it does in the pleasant warmth of summer. When we are grateful to God in our circumstances, we can experience gentle peace in the midst of tribulation. In grief, we can still lift up our hearts in praise. In pain, we can glory in Christ's atonement. In the cold of bitter sorrow, we can experience the closeness and warmth of heaven's embrace." He goes on, "We sometimes think that being grateful is what we do after our problems are solved. But how terribly short-sighted that is. How much of life do we miss by waiting to see the rainbow before thanking God that there is rain?" Being grateful in times of distress does not mean that we are pleased with our circumstances. It does mean that through the eyes of faith, we look beyond our present day challenges. This is not a gratitude of the lips, but of the soul. It is a gratitude that heals the heart and expands the mind. When working with clients, I try and show them that it isn't just about finding a happy thought to believe so we can hurry and feel better. It's about learning to accept the reality of what is while focusing on what else is true in your story so that you can create something different when you are ready. For example, I have not loved having a broken wrist for the last 4+ months. Am I ready for this to be done? Definitely. But I have also felt gratitude for the amazing things that my body can still do. I felt gratitude for supportive family and friends during this time. I have felt gratitude for my increased empathy for others who are experiencing physical challenges. My heart has found healing through gratitude. All of my life's problems have not been solved, but by shifting my perspective, I have found hope in the heartache, peace in the process, and joy in the journey. The power of gratitude allows us to see and embrace the beauty of life. So how can we practice this type of gratitude in our daily lives? In order to create and feel more gratitude in our lives, we must pay attention to what we are focusing on. What we focus on expands. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we can train our brains to notice and appreciate more of them more often. One simple way is to start a gratitude journal. Each day, write 3 things that you're grateful for. They can be as simple as a warm drink in the morning, a kind gesture from a friend, or a tender mercy from Heavenly Father. Another simple way is through prayer or meditation. By slowing down and connecting with heaven, our eyes may be open to the things we may not have been able to see before. This shift of focus then creates the emotion of gratitude, which fuels how we show up in our lives. From that feeling of gratitude, we take action. One action we could take is to express our gratitude to others. We can take the time to thank people in our life who have made a positive impact on us. Write a thank you note, send a text message, or simply tell them in person how much you appreciate them. If writing isn't your thing, You may just want to think about that person and mentally thank them. When we express gratitude, we are not only an influence for good, but we also strengthen our own connections and relationships with others. When we focus on what we are grateful for and what we are grateful in, we feel more grateful and we live gratefully. It really does become a way of life. What if this Thanksgiving you could focus on what you are grateful in? Instead of just listing out your blessings, could you dig deep and consider the gratitude of your soul in your current circumstances? What will you discover that maybe you haven't noticed before? That's all that I have for you today. Thank you for being here and have a beautiful and joyful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, I would love it if you would share it with your friends and family and leave me a rating and review. If you'd like to learn more about what life coaching is, please schedule a free discovery call with me where we can work together through something that's causing you a problem. Just go to my website, seasons-coaching.com, and you can also find information about my Seasons of Joy one-on-one coaching program and my Seasons of Joy community. Have a joyful week, and I'll see you next time.